Hi, I'm Ewan, and I'm going to be explaining to you about growth mindset. In this session, I'm going to explain what actually is mindset and how we kind of use it to describe ourselves. We're going to cover what fixed mindset is and actually why we have it. And then, of course, what actually is growth mindset, but also what's the difference between a fixed mindset and a growth mindset, and that's the language we use to describe ourselves. So those are the things that we're going to hopefully cover within this session. The first thing is mindset. A mindset is about our self-talk. In order to describe ourselves, we have a little voice in our head that says we can actually do this, or we can do that, or we can't do this, or we can't do that. But what we've got in mind is that our voice in our head is our thoughts, and our thoughts aren't necessarily who we are or what we're capable of. But the reason we have these types of thoughts is to protect ourselves in making sure that we survive and thrive. So sometimes we can be a little bit overprotective. And when we look at a fixed mindset that we'll go into afterwards, that's when we've got to be able to manage those risks of survival. But first of all, I want you to think about who you are and what language do you use when you describe yourself. So having a look at now the fixed mindset. What is fixed mindset? Well, fixed mindset is the language that you use to describe yourself that says, I can't do this. So for some, it might be, I can't do art. I can't paint or make things. Or for some, it could be, I can't jump out of an airplane or do bungee jump. For others, it could be, I can't cook. I can't run. I can't do exercise. I can't get fit. All those things are fixed mindset. And if you have enough of them, then the generalized view of yourself is, I am who I am, so I was born this way, and I can't change. And so the old kind of phrase, you can't teach an old dog new tricks, is something that you probably identify with. This, though, is something that can limit you, and it allows you to kind of, so why do we have it? And the reason we have a fixed mindset is to protect ourselves. So I used to be a maths teacher, and a lot of the students that I got in had fixed mindsets because they'd been given maths challenges and maths questions in years gone by that they weren't able to do. And the most important thing was they had repeatedly failed to do questions. And when you get a question wrong, or when you do something and you don't get the right answer, then you feel a little bit, upset. You feel a little bit frustrated, or lots of emotions that are negative. And our brain is great at protecting ourselves from these types of feelings because we don't like to feel in discomfort. So what it does, it creates a language that says, I can't do something, therefore I'm not even going to try. And by doing that, I avoid that nasty feeling of failure or discomfort in doing so. So that's a reason we create fixed mindset. However, if we don't try, then we won't even learn. So that's the thing that we want to be able to do. And that's where our growth mindset comes in. So a growth mindset says, if I'm struggling at something, it means I can't do it yet. And if you have all of those aspects where you've tried really hard to do something and you've had a little bit of support, so sometimes it could be that your teacher just hasn't been the right support person for you to grow. But if you have had that right support and you have grown, then you can continue to develop. And what research in brain science is saying, that you can develop till the day you die. So it's lifelong learning. So the phrase is, I have the ability to change and develop throughout my whole life. So that's what a growth mindset is. So that's what, in order to get different results, you have to do things differently. And that's find the right support and with the right effort in order to be able to learn, to continue, and to grow and develop throughout your whole life. So with this green prescription task, what we want to be able to get you to do is find out what type of mindset do you have. So we all have both elements of fixed and growth mindset within our perceptions of ourselves. So But what we want to be able to do at Green Prescription is to be able to make sure that we can continue to grow and be different in the goals that you've set yourself and achieve those goals that you've set yourself. So we need to be able to identify what mindsets are fixed mindsets that might be holding us back. So you might have an internal voice that says, I can't do exercise, or I can't cook healthy food, or I can't shop to find healthy food, or all those different types of things. So we need to kind of listen to our mind and find out what all those kind of fixed mindsets are. But a great way to do that is to find out, actually, what type of mindset do I have? And so you'll be given this link to the mindset quiz, and that asks you all those questions, and you can find out what type of mindset do I have at this moment in time. So just to recap what we've gone through this very quick session is to know mindset and how we think of ourselves and what we can do. So that's basically how our self-talk and self-perception is. What is a fixed mindset? Well, it's the phrase, I can't do something, and we avoid doing it. The growth mindset says, I can't do something yet. And with a bit of effort and the right support, we can achieve and grow. And that's where the language that we use in our head is really important to how we continue to develop, and obviously that lifelong learning. So within our next session, we're going to be exploring more about the fixed mindset and growth mindset language. Thank you.